What's the trouble with tribbles? Small furry creatures purr when you hold them. Calm the central nervous system. No apparent use except being cute. Ravenous eaters, yet they have no teeth. Big fans of Quadrotriticale, a unique and curious species. They are not overbearing, tin-plated, or swaggering. What's the trouble? What's the trouble with tribbles? Ensign Chekhov made a little joke, very little. What's the trouble? What's the trouble with tribbles? Mr. Spock claimed they're coming, but on him has no effect. Born to be pregnant, near 50% of their metabolism geared toward having more and more and more. Take them a clubbing, keep away Klingons, just don't leave them unattended in your storage or your food processors. They are not garbage scow or Denibian slime devils. What's the trouble? What's the trouble with tribbles? Mr. Scott made a sample we all like to forget. What's the trouble? What's the trouble with tribbles? Captain Kirk should relax with the tongue dropped on his head. No delusions of godhood, but they'll leave you in a good mood. What's the trouble? What's the trouble with tribbles? What a time! They just keep eating everything away. What's the trouble? What's the trouble with tribbles? What a time! They just keep breeding exponentially. That's the trouble with tribbles. Well, this day couldn't get any worse. Let me tell you what happened first. At the K7 Lounge, I was selling my wares, and the bartender was lowballing the deal. Then along came this beauty who helped close the sale, and I quickly saw the fortune I could yield. 'Cause I got what you want at the fairest price, the only love money can buy. Thought I'd profit from this. Thought I'd profit from it. Yeah, they breed quickly, sure. That's how I keep this up, yeah. And it's 6 creds ahead. Could have sure better. Thank you for shopping, Jones. Thank you for shopping, Jones. Thank you for shopping, Jones. I got what you want at the fairest price, the only love money can buy. Well, this day has been such a wreck. Let me tell you what happened next. to butt heads and a fight breaks out, but at least the drinks were on the house. And chaos avails, but it ain't no good on sales, and it's only a matter of time before I get nailed. 'Cause I got what you want at the fairest price. The only love money can buy. Thought I'd profit from this. No way I'll profit from this. Yeah, I'll catch flak from the feds who are overly stressed. Still, I've broken no laws. Why do they come down hard? Thank you for shopping, Jones. Thank you for shopping, Jones. Thank you for shopping, Jones. Whoa, whoa, a living marginal at best, but at least I had my ship. At least I had my name. There was always the thrill of the hunt, the thrill of the find, and the thrill of the sale. After all I did to help the feds, 17 to life, cleaning up this mess. Thank you for shopping, Jones. Come back again, I'm sitting on Jones. Thank you for shopping, Jones. I got what you want at the fairest price. The only love money can buy.
Back folks in America, live from the G&E show studio. This is your GhostMan&Demon show.
Does that sound exciting to you?
Welcome back, everybody. This is Sunday night. Listeners around the world, it's the GhostMan&Demon show. Ooh.
Oh, yes, it is, and we're back, and I actually had coffee, so I'm awake. Coffee.
You have your coffee, I'll have my Sam Adams. Listeners around the world, thanks for joining us again on what's sure to be the exciting, the most awesomest, the greatest spectacle in spooktacular racing. Thanks for joining us on what's sure to be another great episode of your GhostMan&Demon Hunter show. You like that?
It's a very good shoe.
It's a very good shoe. Hey, guys. Demon Hunter, who was that new band we had? Man, they're good.
I don't know. I have to admit, I found myself feeling a bit like a geek when they started singing "Thank You for Shopping Jones," and I was like, "Oh, Cyrano Jones, yeah."
I told you.
I'm a geek.
I told you. Hey, guys, that's what we're doing every week on the GhostMan&Demon show. We're trying to submit, or whoever submits us, the music and stuff like that, or if we find a good indie band, because the GhostMan&Demon Hunter, we support indie music, arts, entertainment, you name it, guys. If you support it too, you need to be in here listening to us because, hey, we're independent too. But
which means we make no money.
Right, absolutely. It's a fancy word for make no money at it. But hey, that band, guys, was 5-Year Mission. You can find out more about them at 5yearmission.net. They got something big coming up, Demon Hunter, March 1st.
And we weren't invited?
Yeah, well, no, we weren't invited yet. Maybe now that we played their music. We're going to play it again tonight, guys, at our break. But Hero House Comics here in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hero House Comics. You can find it on the net at 5yearmission.net. They're going to be playing like an 8 o'clock live jam session. So you guys can come there. They got like a 20% off discount ticket. You can get on their website at 5yearmission.net. So check that out. I like those cats. I did that for you, though. I mean, they dress up in the Star Trek outfits.
Well, I haven't dressed up in a Star Trek outfit in a long time. However, I do tend to dress in some Doctor Who outfits nowadays.
In drag.
Chrissy gave me a Doctor Who TARDIS bathrobe for Christmas, and I have to say it's the coolest bathrobe I've ever had.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Just want droids, man. I don't care if they're the ones I'm looking for.
There's only one Star Wars, or one sci-fi movie, and that's Star Wars in my book. I didn't say that right. I didn't say I love Star Wars. That's the message I'm trying to get out of here. But hey, guys, welcome back. This is your original Ghost Man and Demon Hunter radio show, except no imitations, as my baby brother Demon Hunter would always say. And we are back.
Your older baby brother. That's great.
Yeah, my older baby brother. But we are back on the air, guys, for you right in front of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Because we didn't want to compete with it because we knew you guys wouldn't show up to listen to our show. You'd do it on iTunes later on down the road.
And we want you here
Yes.
with us now. We're staying up all night so that we can do this. We want you here with us.
Yes, I know.
Hey, one other thing. As long as we're giving shout-outs to the music at the beginning of the show,
Shout it
those
out.
folks who joined us last week heard the first introduction of the music. They heard it again this week with the wonderful new system that you put together. With the help of who helped you put together the new intro?
Brad, a.k.a. Little Round from Twang and Round, guys. He does some amazing sound work, and he put that together. Our new intro.
And the music comes from our new friends at Midnight Syndicate. Now, if you are a fan of anything spooky, you've heard of Midnight Syndicate. We sat down, talked with them, and they said, pick a song and use it for your intro. It's from us to you, and we want to say thank you for our new song, because it's Not Your Savior by Midnight Syndicate, and I got to say, I love it.
I do too. I mean, those guys are amazing. I love what they do, and they picked us. They love us so much with the help of our good friend Jason Butler, of course. But Jason, special shout out to is it Souls Design, Souls Graphic? He done our logo.
It's on our webpage.
Check it on our webpage, guys. We can't remember last night, so it's. But Jason Butler, special thanks to you, and special thanks to Chris Demon Hunter. We forgot him last week. Hauntcast Radio.
Oh yes, Hauntcast Radio, and it's nice to have friends who know what they're doing because it makes us look good.
I was going to bring out the sex thing today that says attention, no sex, the box, but the batteries died on it. I'll try it a little later if I can replace the battery. But Demon Hunter, guess what?
What?
Tonight's guest.
Yes.
Yes. Little Eddie Munster, tonight's guest. We head back to 1313 Mockingbird Lane with special guest America's favorite wolf boy, Eddie Munster. That's right, guys. Butch Patrick in the house with your Ghost Man and Demon Hunter show. Does it get better than that, Demon Hunter?
Who didn't sit around on the days they called in sick to school and just watch Munster episodes? I mean, the Raven Nevermore that was in their clock. I basically who to this day doesn't walk around going Nevermore. Yeah, it's.
I like Herman's laugh. That's where I got the inspiration for the Ghost Man and Demon Hunter show. Yeah, well, guys, but Butch Patrick.
Yes, Butch Patrick, and I think at one point I even had a little Wolfman like teddy bear to sleep with.
You had a woof?
Yes, a woof.
That was Eddie Munster's woof. And I always wanted one of those, but if you go online, you find them now. The original replica.
Replica?
Yes, one of the original replicas. I think it's going for like $8 billion or something. So you can check that out for your kids. It'd be nice to play with there. Have them play with it a week and break it. I'd like to have one for the G&D studios here. But
you know that if the Extreme Paranormal had become popular and they had things that we used up for sale, we wouldn't be able to afford any of them.
That's my Herman Munster. Can you do better than that? Do it. Lily?
I miss it. No, it sounds more like Santa Claus.
I know. I was doing a Gee Whiz Pops. Remember Eddie? You say Gee Whiz Pops. I loved it. Who would not? You had the Munsters for me was number one. And
and everybody had a crush, Oh,
Marilyn.
On Marilyn, yeah.
Marilyn. Wait till you guys see some pictures me and Nate picked out for you during the show tonight. I have one somewhere in there with Marilyn leaning up against the Dragula car. Oh. Oh, guys, it's something inside us, too, because the guys go to these festivals and they still see the old Munster car and they're like, holy cow, they dream about this. Who would not like to show up to a party in the Dragula?
You know, but you see people driving around in the Ghostbusters car, and you see people driving around in vehicles from all the, like, even people have DeLoreans from Back to the Future. They have Scooby-Doo's, what was the name of Scooby-Doo's van? The Mystery Machine.
Mystery Machine.
They have all the things. You never see somebody show up at like an event with the Munsters hearse.
Because they can't afford it. I mean, you know, you can't do that, man.
I don't think you could actually build one of those and legally drive it today.
I don't know. Legally, I don't know, because it was like a Jethro Bodine special.
You expected the invisible horses to jump out in front of you at any moment, you know?
Wasn't it like a original Ford Coupe or something, and they chopped it down?
If it was, you are much farther ahead of me on Munster trivia.
I am. Actually, on Netflix, man, I've been on this Munster kick, and they've had it every night. I've been watching this, like 72 episodes, and I've been watching them, and then when I got Butch on the phone, I was like, I was shaking, you know, and I thought, hey, we used to have this show, and da-da-da-da-da, and we really love you, and God bless you, and come on the show. And Butch said, yeah, well, I tell you what, I'm a real busy man, but I got one Sunday. And he said, this Sunday. I said, hot dog, let's do it up, brother.
You wouldn't believe it, Butch. We just happened to have had a cancellation.
We had a cancellation, and we got Butch right in there. Huh?
At that point, we would have said, we just happened to have a cancellation, even if we'd had somebody available at that moment and called them up and been like, oh, you know what? We're sorry. We can't fit you in this
Well, I would have for Butch. I would have canceled him out. But we did have somebody lined up, and it just fell through.
But in the future, folks, it's going to be a surprise.
It will. We don't want to tell you. And then we're switching to every week again, guys, so you know it's going to be like a day before.
March 10th, we switch back to every week. That's right, because next weekend is our last weekend off. And it was a good thing. You know, they say in the universe things happen for a reason, Sean.
Yes.
They do, and I think when you and I first got together in November last year and said, let's bring back the Ghostman and Demon Hunter show. And I said, well, why don't we come back with a few specials at the beginning and see how it works out. We'll do it like every other week.
Yeah.
And then last week, just when we decided to go back to doing it every week, right after we made that decision, and we said, okay, we'll have a couple more weeks of off, and then we'll go back to that. I got hit with the worst case of laryngitis I've had in years.
Right.
Sean's calling me up going, you know, if we're going to go back to doing this every week, we need to get together and do some voiceover work and put some stuff together. And I was like, really? That's what you want to do this week?
Let's do it. Let's do it. We did it, though. We got it coming back. Hey, I wanted to tell you, very funny thing, Demon Hunter. I worked third shift. Or not really third. I worked that second shift, just enough to ruin your day, but not the whole day. So,
just enough to leave you with nothing, absolutely nothing else to do with your day.
Right, and you know that we work about the same hours, so we talk coming home a lot of times. We talk about the show and who we're going to get on it and jazz it up and yeah. So we were talking this week, but I got home and you had to go. We couldn't talk or whatever. So I flip on the tube because that becomes your best friend when you're a night shift man. And I'm watching the tube, and of course the late night infomercials. Who doesn't know the late night infomercials that come on? Who doesn't love those?
I don't love them.
You love them because they come on, and I was putting out there, I found out in 15 minutes how to lift my bosom, how to lose 30 pounds with a man girdle, how to remove skin tags in minutes, and also I found out that the CEO and owner of Cold Ease Medicine's name is Steve Carcass. I thought, I was just thinking, these are things, guys, that happen to G&D Show Studio. We were here at G&D Show Studio at night. We're watching TV. Steve Carcass is the CEO. So I'm thinking a guy with that last name probably shouldn't start a cold remedy company. Carcass?
I was trying to type on the chat room while I was doing it there, and I just messed the whole thing up because you were making me laugh.
Hey, we're doing a show here.
Hey, those folks in the chat room, they joined us here tonight. I'm going to type, man. I'm going to let them know how much we love them.
Have you seen my wiener? Oh, yeah. How many people's in there tonight? We got a packed house yet?
You know what? I can't even tell anymore. I don't have the ability. I don't have the ability to tell.
Inconceivable!
We've got about 5 viewers and about 5 other people just hanging out.
Have you ever bought anything off?
Off of a late night infomercial?
Yeah. Have you ever been sitting there?
First of all,
down your pants.
I say I don't like infomercials, but we were all fans of the show Pitchman.
I wasn't. I never got to watch one episode.
Before the host died.
Oh yeah, well I remember he died. I couldn't believe that. That was a shocker. Billy Mays Hayes, right?
Billy Mays Hayes, yeah.
Or Billy Mays Hayes was from Major League, the movie. Wasn't it just Billy Mays?
Billy Mays, yes. It's I think it was Billy Mays. You now you're confusing me again. Billy Mays was the host of Pitchmen. With his partner, who, his partner was the lesser known member, but I can't remember his name now myself.
Oh, it's great.
Anthony Sullivan.
Hello, Anthony.
Hello, Anthony. Come on the G&D show, and we will mock you.
Hey, is that the one that smacked the hooker and got arrested?
No. That's the Swami guy or Shammy guy.
ShamWow.
The ShamWow guy.
Oh, that was great, man.
I love his new commercial where he makes a comment that says, this will last even for years, even if you're put away somewhere.
Yeah, I can't believe they did that. I thought we could bring back our career, in Hollywood if we slapped around a couple of hookers and maybe got in some bar fights.
Apparently, but the problem is, Sean, they'd probably come around and beat the heck out of us.
We don't slap women, but if we could stage it. If we can stage it.
Yeah.
I am the
because we all know that stuff is all staged. Yeah. I mean, like Eddie Murphy never had that incident in the car with the male prostitute. Well, never mind.
It never happened. Last night.
I'm with you, Eddie. It never happened. It was all a story.
Last night, Nathan Drake Schoonover, a.k.a. Demon Hunter, was caught on Hollywood Boulevard.
Boulevard? Yeah.
Boulevard, crying to have his reality TV show brought back to Bio and A&E. He was drug off by police.
Inconceivable!
Where he continued to slap one.
He was naked and saying that it was all Sean Burris's fault.
Do it. Yeah, he did. Even though I was in Indiana. I might try that. I said we fly out there and try it.
Yeah, why not?
I'm ready.
But I do remember when that show came on, the Pitchmen show. They would have these. They would show you how they come about, what shows get played at what times, and that kind of stuff. And I loved watching those shows. They were great. I loved seeing how they decided what we were going to be told to buy at 2 a.m. And so I'm sitting around the other day, and this commercial comes on for a product. I'm not going to say which product because I don't want to give them any free air. But, basically it was a cell phone adapter kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there watching it, and it comes on. And I'm like, wow, that's a great idea. And I start to type in the number, and I hit send, and I'm like, what am I doing? I'm not going to spend $20 on this thing. I have bills to pay.
You were sending away for the tush push, weren't you?
I hit, end, and I end the message.
Uh-huh.
For 3 days afterwards, they kept calling me, and I kept saying, no, I'm not interested. They're like, but we received the message that you tried to call and order our product.
Oh, my God.
No, I do not want your product. I changed my mind. 3 days. They just kept calling until finally I said, do not call me ever again.
It's like as soon as you dial 1, they hit the extension. They're like, let's nail him.
The White House doesn't have such good phone security as these people have. It's insane.
Yeah, I know. This is...
Bow to your sensei!
Bow to your sensei! I said bow! Oh, man. Nobody understands that. I heard last week somebody wrote in and said, what's the whole thing with bow to your sensei? If you don't understand it, get out of here. That's all I got.
I don't understand it.
Oh, you understand. Bow to your sensei! It's random, and you know how I am. But, I can't...
Random? I would never think that.
Yeah, I can't believe it, though. Going back with my ADD. Steve Carcass! Huh? Take my medicine. You'll get better. My name's Dead Carcass. Just dial 1-800-DIE. Oh, man. Huh? Think about
it is a sad name to have in that industry. That it's like, ordering candy from somebody whose name is Slime. It just, you don't want to...
Or fart. Doesn't one thing I was saying, you never see... like weird stuff. Well, sometimes weird stuff, but on those late night infomercials, they're getting pretty good because I found out also with a credit card, I could get hot local single women that are just dying to talk to me.
Well,
I didn't
gee,
know.
Sean, now your life is complete.
I know. I was.
Now all you need is a credit card.
I know. I can't get anybody to prove me. But apparently, guys, there is several hundreds of thousands local singles in your area waiting to talk to you. And they all look like
I think I've
supermodels.
seen that commercial. It's amazing how good they all look.
I know. They look like Cindy Crawford. I didn't know my life was heading in this direction, but apparently I'm a god. So.
And, you know, it's amazing because they're talking right to you.
Oh, yeah. She was talking to me.
Oh, yeah. And it's insane because who thought that many teenage girls were looking for older men? I had no clue.
I don't know, but I'm very excited. This actual conversation has gotten me aroused.
You know, it's funny. As Sean knows, I just had my birthday last week.
Happy birthday, Nathan!
Thank you! And as I get older, I notice things that just make me feel bad. Like, I was watching a commercial recently, and some young pop star who's like 14 years old is on there, and she's wearing so much makeup. And I looked up and said, did her parents really tell her it was okay for her to wear that much makeup? In the middle of my saying it, I caught myself and went, oh my God, I'm my father. I turned into my dad.
Oh my God. What are you going to do?
It's paranormal.
It happens.
Speaking of paranormal, hey, did you know that the Oscars are on tonight and Paranorman is up for Best Animated Feature?
Listen, I got one thing to say about the Oscars tonight. And you know I've never paid attention to the Oscars ever. Ever. Let me say ever again. Ever. And you know this. But there is one name and one name only I want to hear tonight. And you know this, Demon Hunter. Don't give it away, though, because everybody's in suspense. Daniel Day-Lewis, my friend, for the movie Lincoln. Okay? And I'll tell you why.
If Lincoln doesn't win, Sean is going on a rampage.
If Lincoln doesn't win, guys, come right back here to www.GhostMan&Demon.com because we will be on a 72-year rant live right here on Ustream, continuous with all their commercials.
Sean will go on a rant that lasts for 7 years.
I'm going to pee in a bucket. I'll be naked. I won't leave my office. Wait a minute.
That's a normal night anyway.
I got to do something different. I'll think of something different if he doesn't win. No, but the movie Lincoln, I don't know if people know this about me. The Ghost Man loves Abraham Lincoln. I always have. I've always been a big fan. I live in Indiana, which is the real home of Abraham Lincoln. I'm sorry, Kentucky. I'm sorry, Illinois. But Indiana is the real home if you know your history. This is where he grew up to be a man. And, you know, a lot of people don't give us any love for that. But anyway, I love Lincoln. And Daniel Day-Lewis. I mean, I loved a lot of his stuff, Demon Hunter. You had My Left Foot. When I seen that, I was kind of like, oh, no, not one of these foreign movies. But I actually watched it, and it was cool, and he's a great actor. And then on top of it, I seen that one. What's the one when they're in the IRA over in Ireland? He gets his father and family brought in.
There's a lot of movies.
Not My Father's Son or something like that.
Okay.
That was a good one, but not until Last of the Mohicans was cool. It was cool, you know, the hot chicks, man, they had the push-up bras. I love push-up bras.
I'm sorry. Last of the Mohicans. The hot chicks come through.
Hot chicks and Indians, man. Woo, 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 woo. Listen,
having read the book and not seen the movie, I don't remember the hot chick.
You could put. Do you remember that lady on TV? She was like 9,000 pounds or whatever. You could put her in one of those old-fashioned girdle push-up bras, and she would be hot. To me. Because when you move all that fat and you squish it around and you pop it up in the right places, it does something to the
bodices make all the difference in the world.
See?
Yes,
I want a bodice.
We're gonna get Sean a bodice to see how it makes him look.
A bodice would make you hot. I want to see the top of your chest look like a baby's fresh butt there, and oh man, you ever see it and they get the little freckle on the top?
Dude, I used to work at the Renaissance fairs. Of course, I've seen a bodice.
I know. That's why I don't go to Renaissance fairs with you, because I know me.
Because you've been banned.
I know me, and I do not trust me. Anyway, Daniel Day-Lewis is going to win it all, guys, tonight for his portrayal of Lincoln in the movie Lincoln, which was Ghostman.
He's going to win for categories he's not nominated for.
He's going to win it all. He'll even win Best Actress because he was awesome. Okay.
I think it's Best Woman in a in a lead role now.
You know, one day I wait for us to be walking down the red carpet. It will happen, Demon Hunter. We'll be the first people in this genre. And I don't even know what the heck genre we're in anymore. Used to, yeah, we like ghost stories. We like all that. We've had ghost hunters on. Yeah, that's crazy. We love everything weird, guys. Let's break that down. When we came back, we decided, you know what? Let's just stop doing all the paranormal. Not all together, but let's throw in horror because we like, let's face it, Demon Hunter, we like spooky.
And let's throw in weird because, you know, it fits.
We're weird.
And let's throw in odd because that's us anyway.
Yeah.
And let's
throw in everything else we can get our hands on because it makes guests easier to get on the show. But no, since we've done it, I mean, even back in the old days, we used to pull some great cats, but nothing like Eddie Munster. We had Elvira on.
Elvira and Dr. Satan.
Dr. Satan, Butch Patrick. You had Mark and Mark from Weird US.
Let's not forget Sammy Terry.
Oh, Samuel Terry. Yeah, we've had some humdingers, man.
And, but, you know, as long as we're getting ready to talk about the weird and the odd, Sean.
Yeah.
I think, you know, there's stuff that's in the news that's a little weird and odd.
In the news! Here we go, baby brother. G&D! In the news, straight from the G&D vault. It's hot, it's fresh, it's wild, it's sexy, and it starts right
now.
I'm waiting on you to read.
Oh, you're waiting on me to read it? You mean I actually have to find a story here
Oh
now?
my goodness, let me see. I didn't know I had to cue up the music and have a story.
Well, I did send you some cool stories this week, and one of those stories that I was very interested in, if you've ever seen the television, or the movie, Snakes on a Plane.
Push-up bros.
We're not talking about bodices anymore.
You got me all excited. You can't just leave me.
The U.S. has decided to deal with the problem of not just snakes on the plane, but snakes on an island by dropping toxic mice to battle an invasive snake species. The brown snake has been taking over Hawaii.
Get him, USA.
Yes, that's right. The last state to wait. Was it the last state, or was it? Am I getting my U.S. history wrong? Yeah, the last state to join the Union has been taken over by the brown tree snake. The U.S. Department of Agriculture and Wildlife has started to deal with the problem by dropping poison mice from airplanes in areas that the snakes are growing. The U.S. government is planning to drop toxic mice from helicopters to battle them as well. The Hawaiian government has given the okay for this. Now, what I want to know is, these toxic mice, are there no species on Hawaii that are native to Hawaii that will eat these mice and kill them?
What, like in Hawaii?
In Hawaii. I mean, I guess there's nothing in Hawaii that eats mice.
Well, there's a lot of fat people over there. Why don't they just...
I mean, I know they have a huge problem with tilapia in Hawaii now because they're a freshwater fish. They're swimming up and down these streams. They're eating everything that the native fish eat, and they're destroying the fish populations. So now they're having problems with brown tree snakes as well. So the deal with this, they're dropping poison mice. Is there nothing else that's good? I believe that they started the project on February 5th, but at this point, you know, what else is going to be wiped out? I guess they believe that the brown snakes are killing more of the native birds.
Yeah.
And the poison mice will.
Okay.
So, is that all you got to say?
I don't understand. I mean, they got some big sumo cats over there, right?
But you know what? I'm also wondering here because the mice have been laced with painkillers.
Nice.
So how do we know that these mice aren't going to be scooped up by drug lords and like juiced for the painkillers at this point? I mean, I can't go into a CVS anymore. I'm not saying one bad thing about CVS or another. I'm just using it as a brand name to try and point out the fact that I can't go into a pharmacy and order head cold medicine without a note from my doctor or showing them my driver's license, but they're dropping painkiller laced mice all over Hawaii.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And Demon Hunter can't even get something for his headache.
I can't cure a sniffle anymore.
You gotta have 17 doctors and pay $50 at the door just to get them to write you a script for Tylenol. What does this country cave to, man? That's what I always say. You know, I hurt my back. I hurt my back one time. I remember I went to the company. No, I wasn't a company doctor. I went to some doctor because I didn't do it at the company this instance. And I had went to the doctor and I had seen him. And, you know, you say, hey, man, my back's killing me. And they look at you like you're a freaking guy that crawled out the alley. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's cats with drug problems and stuff out there. But there's a way to monitor that. You see what I'm saying? If you give somebody 100 pills and they come back in 3 days, maybe there's a problem. You see what I'm saying? And it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. Because Michael Jackson, you know, it's not like we all have, standby medical facilities to pump us full of whatever it was, Demon Hunter. But that was some pretty high stuff he was doing.
Well, you know, I think that these mice laced with painkillers have been used for something else out in China, because somebody must be using some kind of painkillers, because they're coming up with some real crazy ideas out in China right now.
What, about painkillers?
About just in general, some crazy ideas, and I think they must be on painkillers, because they have decided to build a full-size working replica of the Titanic.
No way! Should I cue the music again? I just... You want the music?
Sure, go ahead with the music, because
right,
this is a fun story.
Here it goes. Just for you, brother.
There you go. A full-size working replica of the Titanic has been built in China, and the historic a historic achievement. It will travel between China and Australia. The Titanic 2. I kid you not, they are calling it the Titanic 2.
Yeah.
Due to be complete in 2016. She will be sailed to the UK and prepared for her maiden voyage from the to go to Southampton, New York, to repeat the 1912 journey that ended in such disaster.
Okay.
Now, so I guess they're traveling between Australia and China to finish. They didn't quite make that clear, but to finish it. It will finish by 2016, and then it's going to England, where it will complete the 1912 journey to Southampton, New York.
Okay, well, okay. Let me get this straight.
Okay.
Let me get this straight, because I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I need another beer. Listen, you take... excuse me. I'm choking on my excitement. You take one of the worst disasters in American history. Okay?
Yes.
And you think it's good to rebuild this and take it on the direct course that this disaster happened on. And now I've heard things that saying when they said that Titanic was the unsinkable, remember that? The unsinkable ship?
Yes.
God himself could not sink the ship. They believed it to be cursed. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're going to try to do this again. This is like King Tut's tomb or something, man. Something is going to happen. You can't, I can see if you build it and it's pretty and people go see it and they get on, oh yeah. But they're messing with disaster, don't you think? Same route, everything.
Well, I'll tell you, the shipyard director, Guy Baya, says it's difficult to replicate a luxury liner, but Jingling Shipyard has a history of 60 years of building various kinds of vessels of high quality.
Just 60 years?
60 years. But I'm wondering, could there possibly have been, it doesn't say anything about this in the story, but I'm wondering if there possibly could have been like a copyright or a trademark on the name Titanic for 100 years or something. Because it's 100 years last year that the Titanic sank. And now they announced they're building the Titanic 2.
Because White Star Line was the company that did it.
Exactly.
I'm sure they went under a long time ago, right?
I
get
think,
it? Ah! You didn't get it. They went under.
Oh, I was about to say, I think they went under right around 1912. But
I stole it from you.
You beat me to it.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it should be made fun of, folks.
No.
But there's no way you can say that joke was too soon.
That's right.
Now,
what did Abe Lincoln? Abe Lincoln said humor's good.
Oh, that we laugh in the face of disaster.
If I shan't laugh, I should cry.
But that story came from Odd News at oddnews.org, folks. Anything on your end, Sean?
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff, but I just wanted to add that I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, in the news, guys, Adolf Hitler stumping for votes in Indian election. That's right, guys, you heard me right. And Demon Hunter always gives me the news stories from Bombay, India, where I can't pronounce the guy's name.
I don't want to read them.
Guy's name's Squeegee Sapsamala. All right, ready? In Guwahati, India. Okay, this comes from the AP. Adolf Hitler's running for election in India, guys. So is Frankenstein. The tiny northeast Indian state of Meghalaya has a special fascination for interesting and sometimes controversial names, and the ballot for state elections, and Saturday is proof. Among the 345 contestants running for the state assembly are Frankenstein Mommin, Billy Kid Sangma, Field Marshal Wapaniga. Oh, this is killing me, dude.
You're going to get us sued with some of these, but go ahead.
Drink up, guys. Drink up. There's the G&D bell. Way past closing time. Okay, I lost my place here. Marshal Wadapiga and Romeo Rani. Some like Kennedy Marak, Kennedy Cornelius Kahiriam, and Jim. You're killing me with this story, man. Hey, Cornelius Kareem and Jim Carter.
You laughed at me for 2 weeks as I read the news. So you got it coming to you.
Jim Carter Sangma are clearly hoping for the electoral success of their namesake American presidents. Then there is Hitler. This 54-year-old father of three has won 3 elections. Apparently he doesn't know his American history, because, wow. Okay, or world history. This 54-year-old father of 3 has won 3 elections to the state assembly with little controversy over being named after the Nazi dictator. His father had worked with the British Army, but apparently developed enough of a fascination with Great Britain's, to name his son Adolf Hitler. Though he has also gave him the middle name Lou Hitler. You like that? His middle name is Lou.
So his name is Adolf Lou Hitler?
Yeah. His middle name was Lou, L-U.
Okay.
And Hitler said that. Hitler said my middle name's Lou.
So it's different. There you go.
He says, I am aware at one point, Demon Hunter, of time, Adolf Hitler was the most hated person on earth, next to Nathan Schoonover. That's what it said right there. I can't.
Yeah. Obviously he watched Extreme Paranormal.
Yeah. Number one in your heart. Number one in your heart. Last place in ratings. We love you, Hollywood. Suck it. Okay, listen. Are you ready?
I'm listening.
Okay. Apparently that Adolf Hitler was the most hated person on earth for the genocide, of course, of the Jews. Very sad. But my father added Lou in between naming me Adolf Lou Hitler, and that's why I'm different. Hitler told the Associated Press from the small village of...
He's different for other reasons.
See? The small village of Massengill. Isn't that a woman's hygiene product? Massengill. It's 200 kilometers, which is 125 miles west of Guwahati, the capital of the nearby state of Assam. That's it. I quit, guys. There's a cat running for whatever over in...
Hey, Sean, a little less lighthearted news. I did want to throw out one thing this week. This week, a very dear friend spoke at my wedding. Professor Daniel Perlman passed away in Providence, Rhode Island. He was a retired URI professor. He was Chrissy's professor, in fact, Chrissy P. And he was now Chrissy PS. But Dan was a very dear friend of mine. He'd written several science fiction books and just an incredible author. And I was really hoping to get him on the show this year. And unfortunately, over the weekend, Dan passed away. So I want to get that out. Dan, you will be sorely missed. In the midst of all our laughter, we do remember our friends and our fallen friends especially. So
that's right, guys. That is sad, Demon Hunter. And our hearts, our thoughts and hearts go out to the family, guys. And God bless you. And we hope that everything is going right for you, or going with you good at this time. This grieving time in your... I probably shouldn't try to be comforting during our show, should I?
You probably should not, Sean.
My heart was in the right place in G&D stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm going to try and bring this next story up here, Sean, without playing the actual video that's involved in it.
Before you say that, did you hear about the Pope? You haven't said that about the Pope.
Switch to Swiffer Wet Check.
Hold on. There we go. We were not supporting that commercial that just came on. The Pope is retiring. Yes, I heard.
And they haven't done that since like St. Louis the 18th or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's. I was wondering if, like, most of us know the things we know about the Pope from watching movies like, what was the Da Vinci Code, stuff like that, or Angels and Demons, whatever it is. Yeah. What happens when a Pope retires? I mean, obviously they're going to go through the same election process in the College of Cardinals.
He goes straight to an Oriental massage parlor. That's what I would.
There you go. They're all going to get together and say, the first guy who pays for all our massages is Pope.
Hey, does the Pope retire? I don't know. Does the Pope wear a funny hat? I always.
But hey, that I did get that news that the Pope was retiring, and oddly enough, I was standing around work and somebody said, "Hey, Nathan will know about this. Nathan, can a Pope retire?" Yeah. I looked at him and said, I suppose so. Why do you ask? They said, well, because the Pope is retiring.
Well, he did send us
Obviously
an email.
He can.
He did send us an email a couple weeks ago to the G&D email account, but I didn't pay any attention to it. I just thought...
Me either. You would have thought that we would have opened that one up, but you know what? There was no money in it, so...
I thought he was playing around.
Yeah. It's hard to say what's going to happen when you talk to the Pope.
Let me ask you something. How corrupt does a world have to be when the Pope... retires, man?
I don't know if it's corrupt. I mean, I just think he knows he's getting up there in years. But my question is, what happens now if a Pope retires?
Yeah.
And in the Catholic Church, the Pope is the closest man to God. Then God. Another person we get emails from.
See.
If the Pope is the closest person to God, who then takes his place? Which one of them is closer to God?
It would be the guy that took his place.
Right, but I mean, the guy that, the Pope is retiring because he's getting too close to God to begin with.
How is that? I mean, if you work for God, do you have to, put in a 2 weeks notice and it looks bad on your resume if you don't? Or
I would imagine that it would be hard to get rehired after that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, not going to get a reference.
Well, I mean, yeah, maybe God would give you a reference if you put in a 2 weeks notice. I mean, it'd be written on stone. You'd have to bring it in, be kind of heavy, be like, listen, thou shalt hire me. You're going to hell on 5 different levels because you're in that one.
Yeah, we're just going to hell now. Now, mind you, Sean, you're out there in Indiana. Just, I guess it's kind of to your west, kind of to your south in Iowa. There was recently a haunted house was picked up and moved.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Didn't we have that guy on the show?
I'm pretty sure. Honestly, I wish we could get that. I wish we could get the guy who moved the house on the show. Yeah, that's what I want to know. Did anything happen when you were moving the house? But it's a twist to an old ghost story because he's picking up the house, moving it several miles down the road. Does the ghost go with the house, or does it stay on the land?
Well, I would think that is all a matter of that's argumentative. Is the property haunted or is the home haunted?
And if it's a residual ghost, if they build a new house in the place, will the ghost just keep walking around on the new floor? Or if they build the house in a different place, will the ghost just keep walking around in midair? In which case, we need to get there with a camera because who knows what we might catch on film.
Or if you tear the house down and only use a couple of the boards from the original house into the new house, would the ghost only walk the plank on those certain boards?
Now we're getting into residual versus intelligent versus a trapped soul.
Tonight on the Paranormal Mind.
But it's the haunted mansion of Jasper County, Sean. I mean, right there, it's Jasper County.
I always thought that was funny. People would call us Demon Hunter and they thought we were experts. Listen to our show. Just listen to our show, people.
We tell people all the time, we are not experts. We don't believe there are any experts. And what do they call? They send us emails and say, I need your expert opinion. No, I don't have one. I have plenty of opinions, none of them expert.
Say it, brother. Preach it.
Hoo-ah!
Hoo-ah! We don't know. But we do know there's ghosts. There's such things as something like that out there.
We're pretty sure. We're not sure what they are.
Yeah, we're pretty sure. We're pretty sure. We're not as sure as the skeptics are sure that they don't exist. Dumb. I mean, great guys. But, hey, listen. Wait. We got a skeptic coming in right now. He's calling in. Hold on. Oh. That's crazy. I'm sorry.
Hey, just a few notes coming from the chat room tonight. Chrissy was listening to our talking about Lincoln earlier and wanted to know if you watched The Conspirator.
Oh my God! It was on YouTube again, and or not YouTube. It was on Netflix, and I watched it just 2 nights ago.
Did you?
It was not. Let me straighten my tie here, because that's all I'm wearing.
No,
right
wait a minute. No.
Huh?
No, we never lie to our listeners, Sean. You are not wearing a tie. Right there, I'm stopping you. It show's over. I'm going. Goodbye.
That's it. Good night, GD
Good night, everybody.
Good night. No, let me say. The Conspirator was good from a standpoint of legalities, from an inside look at it, but it was no Lincoln. It was no Lincoln, sir. Let me put that out there.
John Wilkes Booth was no Lincoln.
No. Wilkes Booth was like a Johnny Come Lately, which was pretty much every show after Extreme Paranormal. John Wilkes Booth was like every show that came after Extreme Paranormal. They just don't measure up to Lincoln. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Hey, I was watching.
You weren't listening.
Because Lincoln is up for Best Picture and Best Actor and all those wonderful things. They're doing a lot of specials on History Channel about Lincoln.
Yes.
And they were talking about the fact that Lincoln predicted his own death.
Oh yeah, he used to have a lot of dreams.
He had a dream where he walked downstairs, saw a casket in the middle of the floor, asked somebody who died, and they said the president. Right. And when he looked in, it was his own body.
Right.
So, and he'd often said, if somebody wants to kill me and they're willing to do anything to kill me, how are you going to stop them? So it
by not letting people run into the White House at random, that's a start.
Well, unfortunately, at that time, people could run into the White House at random.
That's right, and I think it should be that way today. Don't you? I do. Oh, the good old days.
It'd be nice. Yeah, it'd be nice, but I don't think it's ever going to happen there, Sean.
No, but I was saying, you want to talk about Lincoln, and the man predicted his own death. He's seen it in visions. Now, listen to me. You're a married man.
Yes.
If your wife was as bat poop crazy as his was. Now, I'm saying that you got to watch the movie, guys. And if you know your history, we all know Mary Todd, God bless her soul, was how you say it, Demon Hunter? Crazy. So, yeah, she was a little sick, and this guy would come into the presidency in the hardest part of the national history. I mean, Civil War. We were killing each other, right? So this Midwestern cat, like myself.
Well, let's be fair. The silverware started. The Civil War started after he became president.
See, the silverware, but he came. Yeah, it did. But he came in. There was some turmoil. The South and then was boiling. Right. Am I wrong?
This is true.
Okay. I'm smarter than Nathan tonight, everybody.
But there was no war going on.
There was no war. The war started at the end of his first.
In fact, Lincoln said at the beginning of his first term that if he could keep the country together by allowing slavery to continue, he would.
He would welcome the South back with all his slaves and change. But 3 years after that, which would have been the end of his first term, he said, Civil War has come in front of us, and it is in your hands, my dissatisfied countryman, not mine. Okay? So we all know the history of that. But getting back to the point, I have ADD. This is killing me here. Listen. Let's stay on focus here.
I just wish I had control of the music, because in the middle of your comments, I'd start playing the Munsters theme again and have you start talking about our guest tonight in the middle of what you say. But go ahead. Continue.
You like that? You want to talk? Here you go. Here's your chance. So anyway, what I was saying...
Butch Patrick coming on
the show tonight, everybody. Get ready for it, because it's hot. It's hot. Oh my God, we're running late. No, but his wife was crazy, so the man actually wanted to die, probably, yeah. She was on him every day. Who wouldn't dream? That was like dreaming of a vacation for us. His wife was nuts. You want to dream of death. That's sweet release. Embrace the darkness. God help me. His wife was nuts.
The comments of Sean Burris do not represent those of Ghostman and Demon Hunter or their affiliates.
Not even their affiliates?
Not even their affiliates.
You sure? I love that song.
Sure.
Huh? Alright, we're not gonna play it no more. Alright, until we come back off break. Demon Hunter, we're going up on the hour, brother. 8 o'clock. We're running a little bit behind, and guess what we forgot to do?
What did we forget to... Oh, no, we only have a few minutes to do it. We have to talk about our newest segment of the show. That segment that everybody's looking forward to. That segment that everybody's talking about. That segment where we discuss what's happening next on The Walking Dead in...
Rot Talk on G&D! Rot Talk!
Okay, folks, yes, we're running out of time, so we got to get this in as fast as we can. Reminder, there is a spoiler alert on this, because if you haven't watched past episodes of what's going on, we will be talking about it. And also, if you don't want our opinions on what's going to happen next, which we've been wrong so far, don't listen to it. Put your fingers in your ears. If you're listening to the show on archives, fast forward 2 minutes. Because we're going to be talking about some stuff you might not
Get your fingers out of wherever they are right now and put them in your ears. But wash them first, you dirty...
So we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, fast forward to the next 2 minutes if you don't want to hear what we're talking about. So last week on the G&D show, we were talking about the fact that we thought that Meryl and Daryl would probably have to sacrifice one of them, and we'd see which brother was willing to choose to die for the other one.
Die! We were way off,
die, because they had to fight to the death by order of the governor.
You were off.
What they did was they escaped with the help of the prison team, and but then did not go to the prison, but went out on their own.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, Sean, I still think somebody's got to die here.
Merle's going to get it. I see it. I'm like Lincoln.
I think we're going to see a redeeming feature in Merle.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to, I don't think he's going to redeem everything he's done, but we're going to see that he'd do anything for his brother in the end. I still think that's going to happen.
Yeah, and then he's going to get it. He's going to get good, and everybody's going to start loving him again. And, oh, look, a zombie just ate him.
Hey, every time you start to like somebody in this show, they kill him.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't say that. I mean, T-Dog, I like T-Dog, but the sheriff's wife, Rick Grimes' wife, I was happy. I was actually standing ovation when she died. I was so happy. And then it was an added bonus when the zombie ate her. It was an added bonus. But now Rick's seeing her ghost.
Rick's seeing her ghost, and is this his mental breakdown, or is this the catalyst that will push him over the edge to where he'll be a greater leader? I gotta say, little known character in the series, just started to show last week a little bit of character. Literally, you just started to really like him at the moment a bullet went through him and took him out. Should I say the name, Sean?
Are you gonna say the name?
I don't know. Should I say the name? People, all right. If you don't want to hear the name of who died last week, I'll give you 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, folks. So Axel dies last week.
Oh.
I was just heartbroken. One, because I'm growing the exact same mustache and beard as him right now, and I really thought he's going to make a difference in the mustache and beard community. This is going to be popular. But no, they kill him off.
You know, I seen him on a cheese and cracker commercial. Apparently, Hollywood's still continuing to be very mean to their has-beens because I seen him on a Cheese Whiz commercial.
Oh, already?
Yeah. He even had a hole in his head still. He was like, hi. You might know me from The Walking Dead, but I like Cheese Whiz.
I filled the hole up, and it feels all better.
I do too, Axel. I love Cheese Whiz on wheat cracker.
So, but we're going into this week with wondering what's going to happen. Will Daryl and Meryl have to fight, save one another? Because now they have gone back to the prison, and we don't know if Meryl's going to be actually accepted back, but he has gone back to the prison with Daryl. We also know that the leader of the group, whose name is now escaping me, Sean.
Rick Grimes.
Rick Grimes, thank you. Rick Grimes has gone a little bit crazy and is seeing his wife. Will he continue to lead the group? We've also seen some incredible new attitude from Glenn, who has been the beta dog to this point, is trying to assert himself as an alpha dog. Will that happen? Will he try and take over the group? Will he get himself killed?
Yeah.
You know, we just don't know. My prediction for this week, with Meryl and Daryl coming back, they lock Meryl up in the prison. I think that's going to happen right off the bat.
Meryl.
I'm sorry. Merle. Well, fine.
Everybody calls him Meryl. No, you're not the first. I've heard that a lot. But
it makes it easier to remember if you say Meryl and Daryl.
Talking about Glenn, he was kind of a puss before, or was whatever. But check this out. His girlfriend is what we call in Indiana, Hoosierland, USDA farm girl. You know what I'm saying? Prime beef, my friend. And she has catapulted him straight into manhood, right? Right?
Well, she did make him a man.
Yeah, they went to the pharmaceutical place and ding, ding, zing, zing. He come back a man. He's all apparently they got a gym out there because he's ripped now and everything. So,
but they also have a new problem at the prison with walkers back in the field, and now they know that they're on the other side of the prison. You know, they're kind of surrounded on all sides now.
May I just add real quick before we go to break? Why wouldn't Demon Hunter, if we were in a car at the farm or anywhere else like that, why wouldn't you take the pickup truck, the Hemi, the car, and just, I don't know, save bullets and maybe plow through 50 of them at a time?
Well, have you ever been in a car that hits a person, Sean?
As a matter of fact, several times a night. No, I have.
I've been the person hit by a car, and I can tell you, we do a lot of damage. I mean, a 180-pound person gets hit by a car. He takes out the radiator. He takes out the oil pump. He takes out the water pump.
No, they're using trucks with big.
That's one person. Think about the last time you saw somebody pull up with a car that hit a deer. That car is totaled.
Okay. Point of order, sir. In the movie, I don't know, it was a zombie movie that Romero just made. They had something called Dead Reckoning, and it was a huge.
Well, that was a RV that was designed specifically.
It had wheels
to roll over zombies. It was
had wheels,
reinforced in the front and had steel beams underneath to keep it from doing all the damage I just talked about.
Sir,
where are you going to find the tools and the supplies to make that happen?
Listen, if we were on the farm, I'd make it happen. You just follow me, brother. Okay?
You just climb up in your attic and hide like you planned.
You just follow me, Demon Hunter. Hey, the hour is up on us, brother. Want to do this thing?
We got to do this thing.
Let's do this thing. Guys, we're going to break. We're going to play a couple songs, Demon Hunter, from our favorite band this week, 5 Year Mission. You can find out more about them at 5yearmission.net. Up next, we go to 1313 Mockingbird Lane with Butch Patrick, Demon Hunter.
I'll see you in a little while.
See you in a while. Woo!
What's the trouble with tribbles? Small furry creatures purr when you hold them. Calm the central nervous system. No apparent use except being cute. Ravenous eaters, yet they have no teeth. Big fans of Quadrotriticale, a unique and curious species. They are not overbearing, tin-plated, or swaggering. What's the trouble? What's the trouble with tribbles? Ensign Chekhov made a little joke, very little. What's the trouble? What's the trouble with tribbles? Mr. Having more and more and more. Take them a club and keep away Klingons. Just don't leave them unattended in your storage or your food processors. They are not garbage scour or Denibian slime devils. Once the